Morning. If you have not joined me before, my name is Maureen and I love makeup. I am not a makeup artist. I just have loved makeup ever since I was a little girl. It makes me feel happy and I love experimenting with colors and shades and lights and shadows, and I just have fun with it. So join me if you love makeup, or if you want to learn some tips that I've learned. I'd love to share them with you because, as we age, we have so many different challenges than when we were younger. Our skin is lost a lot of its firmness. This is loose. We have some discoloration. I have dark circles under my eyes and I have droopy eyelids. They hang over my crease of my eye and touch my eyelashes. My lids need a little help. I have a lot of issues going on, but I still love makeup. And in the old days, they'd say, after 50, you need to cut your hair and stop wearing makeup. Well, I don't know who developed that rule. I don't know. It wasn't me. So I say, do what you want to do. If you want purple hair, then dye your hair purple. There are no rules. So anyways, welcome. Let's get started. I wash my face at night, but in the morning, I love to freshen it up and get it super sparkly and clean. And I love to just use our calendula line. Have you guys tried calendula? You should Google it. See how this spells? It's Calendula, and it's got some amazing benefits to it. And my skin is super dry and sensitive, and I have a lot of things going on, and this is so hydrating and nourishing for the skin. So I start with that in the morning, and I just make sure my skin is nice and clean before I get started. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking off all the impurities from the night. I like to sleep with all my windows open so I get fresh air, and so that's why I want to make sure that I clean it really good. It's not that bad, but it gets rid of I take care of dogs, so if you hear dogs in the background snorting and running around and playing with each other, it's because I babysit dogs. After I clean it and get it nice and clean, I like to follow with a deep hydrating lotion. And this is a cream, and it's also from the calendula line. And I just squeeze some on the back of my hand. But because my skin is extra dry, I love oils. So I'm going to take a little bit of the calendula oil and just dab a little bit because I want my skin really moist, and I just really, my skin loves this. It just drinks it up. If you're having any problems with your makeup, make sure your skin is very moisturized before you put on your makeup. Also, it's super important to exfoliate at least twice a week, okay? So you need to exfoliate and get all that dead skin and dry skin off, and then and then fill it with moisture, and you will love your skin because it feels so good. And you'll know right away if your skin likes it or not by the way it feels, by whether it's red or not red, and by the way it just absorbs, like soaks into your skin. If it just stays on top of your skin and doesn't get sucked in, then it's probably not good for you. So really get one that's going to feed your skin and nourish your skin. Okay, so after I do that, then I like to start with, we have an age reversist eye cream. And this helps with the puffiness under the eyes, and also helps deeply moisture that skin. So I'm just going to tap a little bit under my eye, and then I like to take the remaining and really moisturize my lips. And basically, I am ready to get started with this face. I love using CC creams, and if you're kind of confused as to what the heck is a CC cream, it's basically a foundation, but it's a color corrector. So because I have an uneven skin tone, I have a lot of yellow and a lot of redness going on. And I like to really even out my skin and make it all one color. Now I'm gonna look scary at first because I'm gonna look all one color and I'm gonna look kind of ghostly. But once I have all my makeup done, it's gonna look really pretty. So I like to take the CC cream, put it on the back of my hand, put, you know, a dollop on the back of my hand. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dot that around my face. Just gonna dot it. My forehead, on my rather large schnozzle. Okay, so you dot it around, and then what I like to do is kind of place it. So I'm moving the product to like, you know, around my face. So I'm gonna move it, spread it out, come under my eyes, and really move it out around get my eyelids. And you'll notice that this will really, really help even out my skin tone. I like to take my beauty blender and just start patting in and making it all smooth and really pretty. The thing about this foundation is it's totally buildable. So you can start off with just like one layer and then you can build it, and it never gets cakey or cracky or anything. So I'm probably gonna add one more coat. Darn it, I'm gonna stop a minute because I have to put my eye drops in my eyes. I look pretty scary when my eyes are red. I have glaucoma and I have dry eyes, so my eyes get really red, so I have to put my eye drops in the morning or I'm pretty scary. Oh, and if you haven't tried these drops, what is it? Lumify. It's the only drops I've ever used that has gotten rid of the redness in my eyes. So it takes a minute, but then my eyes will get a lot clearer and I won't be so scary looking. Okay, so I'm gonna put on just a little bit more, just a little bit, because I am a full coverage gal. Let me just tap it where I want it, just right kind of where my dark circles are. I like to get it a little bit heavier right there. And then sometimes I like to just put another layer on my nose, okay? Now that's good. And I'm just gonna tap that in. Isn't that pretty? I love that smoothness. Now, if I had a facelift, it would look a lot better. Okay, so there we go. That finish is just beautiful. It just gets rid of all the discoloration and looks really natural. It just looks like your skin, just better. Next, I use concealer, and these concealers are great. They are the best I've ever used. I like to use the peach color, which is called Bisque, and the ivory, which is the lightest shade. They come in all sorts of different shades, So, but these are just my favorites and what I think works best for me. I start with the bisque. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it down right where that darkness is. Just like that. Now I want it to dry a little bit because I want that color, I want that bisque color to stay really, I want it to stay. And if I pat it right now, it's going to really remove a lot of that, the pigment in the bisque. And so I want it to kind of dry. So that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat it with my finger. I really don't want to move this product around a lot, so I'm just gently patting because I want to keep it right where I put it. See the difference? So I'm just patting it, and then I'll do this, and it's so pretty. You do not need a powder to set these concealers. They set themselves perfectly. They are just wonderful, and I think they're like $9. They're really a fantastic product. Again, I'm trying not to move that product so much. I want to keep it right under my eye. Okay, then I like to come in, I like to highlight. You do not need to highlight if that's not something that you like to do. You could just pop on your blush right now and some mascara and head out the door. So, but I like to highlight, which is another step. So I'm just going to add lightness to my skin where I want lightness. So I'm going to do right there. I'm going to do right down the center of my nose. I'm going to do on my chin. And then I'm still going to lighten up those eyes even more. And I'm going to do an upside down triangle, which is really going to look so pretty when I'm done. And I'm just going to fill in the triangle. And that's really just about it. Again, I'm just going to start I'm going to leave the eyes there for a second, and I'll just start patting in this. And this is just going to lighten the area, and when I contour, it's going to really help define my face, and it's going to look really pretty. So just tap it around. You can use your blender. I'm really buffing out the product. Okay, just like that. Under my eyes, I'm going to do it a little differently because, again, I want this product to stay pretty light. And then once I get it kind of to how I want it, and I can feel that it's almost dry, I will go in with my beauty blender and pat it. The easiest way to contour for beginners is this contour stick. It's so easy to use, and I'm going to show you right now. So I love to add some warmth up at my hairline and kind of soften this area, and look at the beautiful color. The dogs are outside playing and they're like barking, so if you hear barking, and the trash man is here. I mean, there's so much going on right now. Okay, so it adds this beautiful, beautiful, warm glow. I am so obsessed with this stick. Such a beautiful glow. Well, hello, Choo-Choo. Hello, Chewy, Choo-Choo. Oh, you want to see Chewy? I'll show you Chewy. Choo-Choo, come say hello. Come say hello. Okay, this is Chewy. This is my babysitting Chewy. He's the sweetest little corgi ever. He's the sweetest little corgi ever. Carly, come here. Are you jealous? Carly hates this light, so she won't go. If I grab her and try to hold her up, she gets scared, so I don't want to hold her. But anyway, that's what you're going to hear in the background is doggies, doggies, doggies. Can you see them? Yes. Yes. Tales of the Crazy Dog Lady. And you know, my sons gave me these pajamas for Christmas, and their dog's wearing slippers. They're so cute. Okay, let's go on with the show here. So, yes, I can keep obsessed with this. I can just keep adding this beautiful, beautiful warmth to my skin. And I'm going to come here with this. And the trick to this is you don't want to take it all the way in. Kind of stop where your eye comes down, okay? Kind of, oops, I'm adding here. Same thing with the other side. And then come under your jaw, because this is so saggy and baggy. I want to create the illusion that I don't have a saggy jaw. Then I'm going to come down like this and tie everything in. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to try to do my nose for you. I had a giant, super long nose. So what I'm going to try to do is make it look shorter. And by doing that, I'm going to create like a circle here because I really wish I had a small button nose. So this makes me happy because I'm thinking I'm shortening my nose and making it a small button nose. Then I'm just going to come up on each side. And then I'm going to blend all this out. And you will not, hopefully, you will not be able to tell that I did any of this. It'll just be the illusion. So you're just going to, again, you can use any type of tool you want to blend. A lot of people like to use the brushes at this point. I still just like to use my fingers. And I always have a washcloth on my lap so I can clean my hands. I have cleansing wipes and stuff like that. So I just like to use my hands. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I think it's so pretty. It just really helps to start really warming up the face. Now I take these two fingers and I'm going to kind of take that color down, or that shade color. The only tricky part is this kind I have, the one I have in the middle. My nose always starts to run at this point. I'm going to take a Q-tip and blend this out. And so you can't really see it. I don't know why. Every single time I get around my nose, it wants to start dripping. After I do that, I like to, and I think my nose should look smaller or shorter or narrower or something. I don't know. It could look exactly the same. I like to take our sculpting kit, and this is really going to really chisel out my face. I'm going to use the darker shade, and I'm going to, again, just kind of work it into my hairline and just really emphasize that area like that. And I'm going to blend this all out so it's not going to look like I have lines on my face, but I just really want to chisel out my face and make it look much firmer than it is. So all the shading creates the illusion. your face is going to look much younger and much more lifted, because it just does. It's just the illusion of light and shadows. And I would put it under my nose, but I'll tell you something, my nose is starting to run. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so now you're gonna get mad at me because I just keep adding and adding and adding, don't I? You don't have to do this, but I love a sun-kissed bronzer, and this one is fantastic because there's no shimmers in it to age our skin, because you guys, shimmers and frost, they accentuate any texture you have in your skin. So we want to use, over 50, want to use all matte. There's a couple places to use frost and glitter, and I'll show you. But on your face or wherever you have texture or wrinkles or anything, you do not want to use any frost, because it's just going to really accentuate the texture in your skin. Okay, so I love bronzer. You can put it down on your chest, all over everywhere. I'm just gonna grab one of my blushes, whichever one I guess I grab. Okay, I grabbed blush 06. Let's see what color it is. Okay, it's this color, kind of a pretty color. I'm just gonna pop that on my cheeks. Pop it on my forehead. Yeah, welcome to my home. You get to hear the dogs. You get to hear my husband coughing and playing in the kitchen and whatever. Somebody's got to be in the kitchen because I'm not. Okay, so just like that. After I get my blush on, I like to blend everything together and make it really soft. So take a big fluffy blending brush and just kind of softly blend those colors. Oh, Chewy is barking up a storm. They have such a good time. My dog, Carly, and Chewy are best friends, and they play until they crash. And then they sleep, and then they get up and play some more. So that is it, and you really can't see any lines or anything, but it just helps lift the face, and it gives the warm, youthful glow to the skin. It's like perfect. If you want to pop it a little bit more, this terracotta blush is so beautiful. And if it's used, not just for just the top of the cheekbone, it adds such a beautiful, it just picks up the light. It helps lift the cheeks. So beautiful. So I use it there, and I use it, but I'm not ready yet to do my eyes, in the corner of my eyes. You can use this for a little lip color on the bottom. You can use this to highlight your eyebrows. It is such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful product. And again, I don't want you to just see that when you first see me. So I blend it in and make it nice and soft. Something like that. So another thing that you can do when you're older that is amazing is a primer, an eyeshadow primer. This is the one I use from Farmasi. It is skin color, and it evens out your skin on your lids, and it makes sure that your eyeshadow will stay true to color and will last all day long. Another thing that this product is good for is to tap a little bit under your lip where you have any lip lines, and it'll stop your lip products won't be able to bleed into those lip lines. So I love this product, and it creates such a beautiful surface to put down your eyeshadow. Another thing is this can be worn alone, just to neutralize if you have red eyelids, just to neutralize your eyelids, and they'll look so much better. So you can wear it alone, or you can wear it to help keep your eyeshadow really secure and keep the pigments true. So it dries matte, and it just is a fabulous product. Okay, for my eyes, I'm just going to keep with the Sculpting Palette. This is also good for eyeshadow for us women over 50 because it's all matte shades. Even the highlighter is matte, which is almost impossible to find. So these are all matte. This is what I use for my eyeshadow. I can take any of these brown colors. I think I'll take this one, the middle one, and I'm going to start just building up. Like, open your eye and go right over the top. Just sweep some color back and forth as you look into the mirror, right over your eye. Back and forth. And build that up until that eyelid starts to look like it's recessing back there. Because my crease is underneath this hooded eye. This is a big, huge hood hanging over, right? So I am creating a crease on top of that hooded eye. I'm just laying the color down right on top. So just sweep it on back and forth until you love the intensity of the color, and just keep working it back and adding. And then what you're going to want to do is kind of come out. I'll show you. Hold your eyelid up and kind of make a sideways V to connect that shadow to your eyelash line, right? And just blend. Start doing little circles towards the outside corner and really blend that product. Again, I'm going to do my outside V to connect those shades, to connect that color. And then little circles to start really defining my eyes and really adding some depth and interest to my eyes. Okay, so once I do that shade, I'll take the darkest shade, and I'm going to do the same thing because I like to just add, but I think I'm just going to take it a little bit deeper and the crease a little bit lower. So I'm just kind of doing it in a little bit. I'm not taking it as high as the first color. I'm taking it lower on my crease, see? So I'm not going out as far and I'm not going up as high. I'm just taking it and laying it lower. Do the same for the other eye. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean blending brush like this and just gently blend those colors so you can't tell where it begins and it ends. Just like that. It just helps soften the entire look. Okay, so now what I want to do is add some lightness to my lower lid, which is going to really, really help make my hoods look like they're not hooded. You could use this light color in the palette, or you can use some frost. And let me show you. I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to rub this like this I'm going to lift up my hooded lid and I'm just going to place that light color right next to the dark. And it's going to really help create the illusion, because the lower part, because it's light, looks like it's coming out, and the dark color looks like it's receding. So it helps to make your eyes look not hooded. Isn't that pretty? So you can just add this lightness to your lower lid. This is also a great shade to place under your brows. And just keep adding until you like the way that it looks. Again, it's all up to you. I like it really light. Just like that. So here's a place too where you can add some bling, where you can add some frost or some sparkles if you want to. Let me show you. So let me take a palette that has some frost in it. Let me use this palette. This is our Sunset Kiss palette, and these are all frosty colors. So these have all glitter and frost. Let me show you. Very, very glittery. So I'm going to take this color. I'll show you. Which is kind of the gold one. And I'm going to see what that looks like on my lower lid. I might be, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that gold shade on my lower lid. And then I'll probably, let's see what I'll do. See, I love playing with makeup. Makes me so happy. Okay, play, because I just love these shades. So soft and pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of the whitish one. I'm going to put that right in the middle. Right there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's do that. I don't know why I lower my voice when I start doing my eyes. It's like I'm so loud all the other time. And then when I do my eyes, I get quiet. Probably because I enjoy my eyes the most. Okay, so I think that's really pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of the light on my pinky and I'm going to pop it right in the corner of my eye. And then I'm going to blend that out a little bit. So that's what the colors look like. Really pretty. If you wanted to take it a step further, you could always darken up the outer corners of the eyes. You can take, I have this Vice Brown palette, and it's got the darker brown in the corner. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on my finger as well. And I'm just going to put that right in the corner. To really, really accentuate my eyes. Isn't that pretty? Don't worry, I'm going to blend it out. Okay, so I have it placed where I want it to. Now I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and blend it. So I'll take something like this size blending brush, and I'm going to try to keep it in the area that I want it. Just blend it out so it's not like this. Isn't that pretty? Hello, doggies. Hello, doggies. Hello, doggies. Okay, something like that. Now what I'm going to do is tight line my eye, and I'm going to take this waterproof black eyeliner, and I love it. It's so creamy and it doesn't tug at the eye. And I'm just going to sweep that black back and forth under that little lip. Just like that. And it really helps to define the eyes. I like to really build up that color. Just like that. You can also do the your inner waterline if you want. And that's just something like that. I'm going to take the same brown color that I use for the outside corners and just put a little bit of that underneath my eyes. You can take a Q-tip or a brush. Just take a Q-tip, and I'm just going to just go right under my eyelashes and sweep that color just like that. I got more on this side than the other eye, but we can just take care of that and blend it in. Now I'm going to go ahead with my mascara, and I'm going to start with the Zen mascara. It helps grab every single lash and separate them. And it's a great mascara. I think this one is under $9, which is a steal for this mascara. It grabs every single lash. Do you see that? It's not clumpy. It's just a wonderful mascara. Your lashes will look really natural. Okay, I'm going to add a second coat. And then I'm going to finish off with our extreme curl, because this gives the eyelashes really good lift. Am I even touching my eyelashes? Gives it really good lift to the eyelashes. Super pretty. Okay, I'm going to go back with the Zen mascara just to do my lower lashes. Just like that. Now what's really going to pull my face together is my brows. And this pencil is the bomb, the bomb. Let me sharpen it for you. or for me. This makes brows so easy to do. Oh, it's so easy. Okay, so I sharpen my pencil and I'm just gonna come up and kind of do a starting point, like right there. Hopefully get these brows even, which is an impossible task because one eye is like totally different than the other eye. And look how easy this is to use. Okay, this is in the shade Blonde. So I'm going to go back in with the gray brown shade and make this a little bit darker at the tail end of the brow. And I'm going to use a spoolie brush and really soften up the front. Okay, so now I'm going to take the darker color and I'm just going to really darken up where my brows are pretty sparse. Okay. The doggies are walking around clicking their little nails on the floor. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften the front up by just grabbing a spoolie brush and brushing my hair upwards. And what I'm trying to do is like really kind of take off a lot of the product in the front and make this look like hairs, like individual hairs. Okay, something like that. Do you see how this brow is kind of faded in the front? And I'm going to try to do that with the second one. Everybody has their own way to do brows. And we have so many different products. We have the pomades, we have the powders, we have the pencils. So it's really great because everybody has their own way of doing brows. Okay, so something like that. It kind of fades out at the front, so it's not so harsh and, you know, mean looking. I want to go in and blend my eyeshadow back a little bit because it kind of seems like it doesn't have a really smooth. So I'm going to just buff this in a little bit and make that much softer looking. And same with the other side. Blend that up. Pretty. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, the dogs are really playing now. Okay, so basically those are my eyes. I can add a little bit of dark on the outside corners if I want to, but I think they look pretty good. Okay, so now let's do lips. I'm going to start with this. And I'm just tracing my lips with this pencil. I'm going a little bit outside my natural lip line. Just barely outside it. Okay, I do not like the feeling of lipstick. I don't like how lipstick moves around and gets on my teeth. So I just traced my lips, and now what I'm going to do is go in with this new lip stain that we got. It's a cheek and lip tint. I like to use it for my lips, and what this does, I'll show you. It feels like water. It feels like you're putting on just water. And I'll let this dry for a minute. What it does is it stains your lips. So once it dries, it stains your lips just like you would dye an Easter egg. And once it dries, you can play with that Easter egg and it doesn't get off on your hands or anything. Well, this, once it dries, it doesn't move, it doesn't get anywhere because it's like staining your actual lips. So there's like no product on it. Once it dries, it just becomes like your natural lips. So it's really an amazing, amazing product. So this is like my new love product, my new go-to product that I will probably wear just about every day because I don't have to worry about my lips, and it stains it a really pretty pink color. Now you can add to this color, you can start off really light and then you can build it. So if I wanted it pinker than this, I can add another layer. And again, let that dry. And what's great about this too is once it dries, you can add lip plumper, you can add a gloss. You can make it look really any way you want it to look. So it's got to dry a little bit. But isn't that a pretty color? It's a really flattering pink color, and it also can be like a cheek tint for your cheeks. So I think it's a really pretty color. It's almost dry. So anyway, that is my makeup tutorial for women over 50. And if you scroll back to the very beginning of the video, then you can see what I look like before makeup and what I look like after makeup. And I think you'll think that I look a lot younger and a lot prettier with makeup on. So anyways, I love makeup. I love playing with makeup, and I like the way it makes me feel. It's like having a beautiful, shiny pair of earrings that sparkle. It just makes me feel sparkly. So if you need any help with makeup, I will, like I said, I'm going to be 59 in April, on April 10th. So this is going to be my last year in my 50s. But if I can help you look and feel amazing, I would love to help you with any of these products. And they're super affordable. And I would love to help you. I've tried every product that this company has, and I can tell you which products work for older skin and which products don't really work for older skin. So I can save you some frustration and time and money. So thank you so much for joining me. If you thought that this video was valuable, hit my subscribe button. And anytime there's new products or anything, I'll post a video. And if you can visit me on Facebook. If you aren't on Facebook, you can visit me on Facebook, and I'll have the link below. So thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Be kind. Bye.